Hello and welcome to a new episode of Jump In Let's Play. This week we are taking a look at Floriferous by Pencil First Games. It's a game about set collecting which has a really interesting drafting mechanic. I love drafting games. So we're going to take a look at a playthrough of the game, give you an understanding of the setup and the gameplay itself, and then we will head back up to discuss our final thoughts. See you in a bit. So here we are with the setup for Floriferous. We'll discuss the exact setup as well as the components, and then we will go through a turn of the game to give you an idea of how the gameplay works. So we'll start with our main grids, our 4x5 selection in the middle here. These are primarily composed of flower cards, so these flowers will give us different characteristics such as flower type, colour, and some of them will have insects on them, and these will vary between sort of ladybugs. We've got moth here, for example. We've got a bee, we've got a beetle, butterfly there. Others will include arrangements. These will be scored towards the end of the game, and these will require us to have certain combinations, as well as statues, and these will be awarded points based on however many you have. So if you have the most, you'll get a certain amount of points if you've got the second most. We also have the stones. So the stones themselves will collect points for you at the end of the game. Also, whoever has the most stones at the end of the game will win a cup of tea, which is really, really good by me. Along the bottom, we have our desire cards. So these are cards that help score at the end of the game as well. They will have different requirements, and we'll show you some along the bottom here, such as these ones, which will give you points based on having a certain amount of different features. So this one will give you 3 points for every moth you have. This one, 2 points for every tulip. This one here, for example, 2 points for every daisy. There'll also be other cards such as these. This one will give you points for the for having more flowers of the same colour, and this one will give you points for having more flowers of the same type regardless of flower. And at the top here we have our bounty cards. These bounty cards are used at the end of each round, and you'll be able to claim those with these lovely little flower tokens, depending on if you manage to reach the criteria. So for these, you'll need 3 separate cards with each of these criteria. So over the course of this round, for example, just picking this one up, if we manage to get a card with a tulip, a card with a ladybug, and a card with a butterfly, we can then claim that there. If we were to claim it in the second or third round, we'd place it in the appropriate square, and that will tell you how many points you get depending on what rounds you have claimed the cards in. Each player can claim all the cards, and you can claim multiple cards in one turn, but once you have claimed a card, you cannot then claim that card again. So if I had one on here, I could then not on my next round place one here because I've already claimed it. And then finally, the actual setup of the cards here. You can see we've got a very specific setup. Our first row, the second and fourth cards are turned face down. Our second row are all face up. Our third row, all face up, but cards 1, 3 and 5 have got stones on them. And then on our bottom row here, each card has a stone on it. And then each player is given a token, and then they are randomly determined along the column here, and then whoever is in the top will take the first turn. So the way this will work is you will declare which one in the following column you will take, and then you will remove it and replace it with your token. So for example, this player may want to take this arrangement here, so they take that arrangement and they place their token there. So blue, which is going to represent us for this game, is going to go here, and we're going to take this daisy. So we take the daisy. We also get ourselves a stone as well, so that'll be useful towards the end. Green is going to take this poppy, so we'll just pop that over there, and then yellow is going to come down here and just take this desire card. So we've now got our turn order for the next turn in this round. So again, we will start with this player here. So they will take, say, let's put them up there like that. They will take, say, I don't know, this one here, because they like to get some stones. So they've got that there. It's now our turn. Now on our turns, as the other players would be doing, we would be taking a look at these as well. So we're going to go here and take this tulip. We're now one card away from getting this one. So hopefully we get to do that on this round. This player here is going to take this face down card. They don't know what it is. There we go. That is a tulip there. And then this player here is going to take this daisy. So they take that daisy there. And now it is green to go first. Green is going to come down here. They're going to take this card. It is now our turn, so we're going to go straight over here and we're going to take this tulip. This player here is going to take a lily, and this player here is going to take this card. So as you see, as you go through the columns, there'll be cards left over, and the positions are constantly changing. So this player here is going to, they want to stay in first position, so they're just going to take that one. Now it is up to us. Let's take a look, see what else we can do here. So let's go for this one here. This is going to give us 2 points for tulips. We've already got 2 tulips there, so that will be very handy for us. Green is going to take this lily, and yellow is going to take this tulip. So there we go. And now our final turn of this round. So pink will take this daisy, say, and we'll put that over there. Green will take this daisy. Yellow's going to take this one here. And finally, we're going to go for this tulip. So there we go. So we've got our cards here. What will happen now is all of these cards will be removed from play. And our tokens will be placed in the order that they finished in. We will then take a look at these tokens, these bounty cards up here rather, where we will place our tokens. So we will show you with this one, for example. So we have got a daisy and we have got ourselves 3 tulips. So you can take a look through here. We haven't got any bugs, so we don't get that one. We don't have this flower type, but we do have 2 tulips and a daisy. So we get to place a token on this one here. We'll just bring that a little bit closer for you because it's the first round, so we get to place a token here. Now we've placed one there, we cannot place any more tokens on that bounty card. We have claimed it. So now that that is done for this round, we now replenish the board. So we will do exactly the same thing again. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, a couple of statues there. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is those cards done. We then have our new desire cards as well. So these are placed along the bottom as well. And then we replenish with the stones. So if you remember, we've got 1, 3, 5, and then we've got a stone on each of these along the bottom here. So now what will happen is we will start with this player here, and they will take the first turn on this column. So we are now working our way back this way, and then once we get to this end, we will check for our bounties up here. We will then replenish the board, and then we will start from this for the third and final round, going back this way. So again, green will take the first turn. They're going to take this one, go straight in at the top there. It is now our turn, so let's take a look, see what we need here. This one would be nice to get in with a chance of some statues. So we'll add that to our pile, and we will place our stone here as well. Pink will go here and take this daisy, and then yellow will go here, take this bug. So this is now our row for our column for the next turn. So green is going to take this daisy. Pink is going to go for this tulip down here. We will pretend that these guys are all organised. We will go here, and we will take this card. So this one is going to give us points at the end of the game for having different colours. So if you can see here, for example, we've got a yellow, a white, a pink and a purple. So we are just missing the orange, which means if we manage to get that, we get our full points as well. And then he will go here. They'll take this mystery card, so he has got himself a poppy. So it will now start with yellow at the top here. They're going to go here and take this arrangement. So the arrangement is going to give you criteria along the bottom. So this one will want daisy, white flowers and bees. Now with the arrangements, unlike the bounty cards where you have to use separate cards for these, you have to use 3 different cards. For these can be met by 1 or more cards. So if you're lucky enough to get a white daisy with a bee on it, then you'll be able to score the 5 points just on 1 card, but you can use it across multiple cards. So they have claimed themselves that one. He will go here and take a lily. This one will go here and take this orange, and then we will go, what do we want to do? We'll take this lily here. And then that goes there. So green is going to come down here and take this purple one. He will take this statue. We will go for this chrysanthemum. And then pink is going to go here, take this card. Now yellow is first. They're going to take this daisy. Pink is going to take this one. Now we get to take a card. Where do we want to go? So let's just take a quick look. We'll have a look through. So we've got a few different criteria here. So how far are we towards any of them? So we have got ourselves a butterfly, and we've got ourselves a tulip. We can't get ourselves a ladybug on this turn, but we can get a lily. That's not going to help us too much at all. So what we will do is we'll just take the lily for now, and that gets us a stone. And then this player here will take this one. So we are done on that round. And again, this will all be cleared, and then we'll move our way that way. So here we are on our final round. So this will be the last chance for us to obtain our desire cards, work towards bounties, and get ourselves arrangements. So again, we start from the top. So this player will say take this one here. Green is going to come straight down here. That leaves us blue here. Let's take a lily. So we get ourselves a stone, and we've got ourselves a lily. And then pink will go here. He will go down here, say. Pink will take this chrysanthemum. We'll take this card here, this arrangement, and then this player, say, takes this one. So again, we will work our way through. So they take a poppy. They'll say take this poppy here. We'll take this one. I'll add to our end game scoring, and this player takes this one here. They'll take a poppy. They'll take this card, another arrangement. They'll take this card here, and then we get our choice out of these two. So we're going to take a poppy, for example. Now the very last round here. So green goes first. They'll take that chrysanthemum. Pink is going to take this one here. We get a chance here. So let's go for a daisy. So we get ourselves the stone as well. Okay, so there we are. So we have all taken our last turns. So all of these are removed from play. And we would take a look at these cards. So let's bring these a little bit closer now. So we get our end game last chance to score any of these. So let's just take a look through, see if we manage to score anything here. Right, so we have a tulip for this one. We have a flower. Unfortunately, no ladybug, which means we don't score that one. So it's just 5 points that we get from that one. We will then be taking a look at all of these cards here. So we will start with our arrangement. So it's looking for this symbol. So we do have one there. We are looking for this colour, and we're looking for that bug. So there we go. So we've got an arrangement there, one of each of the characteristics. So that would score us 5 points from that one. So that would stick us on 10 points. For argument's sake, we didn't get anything on this one, so that would score us 0. We would then take a look at these. So this will score us 2 points for every tulip. So we've got 1, 2, 3. So we get 6 points from that. This one is going to give us 5 points for having all of the colours. So we do have, I believe, let's just go through these. There we go. So we have our one of each colour, so that would score us 5 points. And then we would take a look here. Do we have one of each? So let's go through here. We have a daisy and we have a poppy. So we've got one of each, so we'd score the 5 points on that. We will then also take into account our stones. So the stones are scored 2 for 1 point. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 points, and this last one doesn't score us anything. And then if we were to have the most stones, we get the cup of tea, which scores us another 2 points as well. And that is basically the entirety of the game, as well as the end game scoring there. We'll go back up top just to show our final thoughts on the game, so we'll see you soon. So there we have it. That was the playthrough of Floriferous. Really, really enjoyable game. I hope that was of some help to you. So, our thoughts on the game. First off, it looks beautiful, absolutely beautiful, really vibrant, really, really colourful, and everything in that game just screams sort of gorgeous. The components are really, really good quality. It's a lovely cardstock. It has kind of like that linen finish, which I love. It shuffles well, it feels nice in the hand, and it just feels a bit more durable as well. The tokens are well represented as well. Not only are they different colours, but each player's token is a different shape as well, so it's not going to be hard to figure out who is who over the course of the game. And then the little flower tokens are lovely as well. The overall gameplay, as I said at the start of the video, I love card drafting, and I really like this sort of twist on the drafting mechanic. Obviously we get to see every card each round, but depending on how we're going to pick those and where we're going to take them as well. So it's not just a case of I want to take this card, but also you're looking at where in the position you want to be as well, because you may want to set up for something a couple of turns down the line, or the next turn, for example, which means you might take something else to secure another card later on, and I really do enjoy that choice in the game. It's nice and compact as well, so the game doesn't drag on. You get a real kind of nice pacing throughout the game. Obviously in the video it's probably a little bit quicker than what the actual game would be, because we're not going deeply into the strategy in these learn to play videos, but you can imagine that it will almost have a sort of abstract strategy feel to it as you're moving your pieces from column to column, and I really like that you've got that depth to the gameplay as well. As I said, beautifully packaged, such a gorgeous game to look at, really calming kind of influence as well. Yes, it is competitive, but it's also very relaxing as well. So you can kind of play it how you want to play it. If you all want to be really cutthroat and do some hate drafting and cutting other people off from cards, then the game allows you to do that. But if you just want to have the card game equivalent of having a stroll through your garden and admiring your flowers and the insects, you can do that too. Absolutely fantastic, really enjoyable. We have this in stock now at the shop, and we have this copy available to play in the board games library. So if you want to try it out, do come down and give it a go. That's everything for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you at the next one.